Apparently, some of y'all want more summer cocktails. Thing about summer cocktails is, some are not. What? Before I get to the topic at hand, I want to do a quick plug. My buddy Ryan has been uploading some banger videos about the scarcity and value of old video games. If you're a codger like myself or just interested in early gen consoles, check out his channel. I'll link to it below. Now, on to the boozing. So yeah, it is plenty warm in LA, which means it is still swizzle season. And how that hashtag hasn't taken off is inexplicable to me. The Chartreuse Swizzle was invented in 2003 by San Francisco bartender Marcovaldo Dionysos for a cocktail competition, and after taking first place, it started its slow climb to international recognition. The thing is, Chartreuse was relatively obscure in the 80s and 90s, but its current ubiquitousness on the back bar can be traced to two drinks, the Last Word and the Chartreuse Swizzle. Here's what you need to make it. Green Chartreuse, lime and pineapple juice, and Velvet Falernum. And now is as good a time as any to talk about the green elephant in the room. Yes, we are currently in a Chartreuse shortage. Yellow can be found here and there, but green has been scarce for a while. I've heard a few possible reasons for this, but the most likely explanation is logistics. Put another way, it'll be back. But if you don't have access to a bottle and absolutely have to try this drink, you have but one option: Nephew. Nephew is a traditional herbal liqueur that's commonly made in the Savoie region of France. The only bottle I've ever seen stateside is this bad boy, and if geographic origin is to be prioritized, it is the real deal. Like Chartreuse, it's sweet and intensely herbal, but Chartreuse is stronger and more complex. Long story short, this bottle will get you some of the way there, but is not a proper substitute for Chartreuse. Because nothing is. But someone out there watching this does have a bottle of Green Chartreuse, and to that person I say, it's not worth sparing. This drink is worth it. Here's how you make it. To a Collins glass, add an ounce of pineapple juice, 3/4 of lime, half of Velvet Falernum, and an ounce and a half of Green Chartreuse. Add crushed ice and swizzle. Top with more crushed ice, grate nutmeg, and garnish with a mint sprig. Wowee. All the complexity of the Chartreuse is there, but the pineapple and falernum are teaming up to make this a proper party. This is Tiki wearing a beret. There isn't much to say about ingredients except use fresh pineapple juice if you can, and you have to use Velvet Falernum. Nothing else will cut it. Sweetie, do you want to try this?
It's pretty. Oh, that's great.
You want to keep it?
Yes, please. Thank you, bye.
But if there's one thing bartenders excel at, it's not leaving well enough alone, hence the improved Chartreuse Swizzle, which was invented by Rick Stutz and published on the cocktail blog Kaiser Penguin. Shall we? It's identical to the original except for one thoughtful addition, a 1/4 ounce of Wray and Nephew White Overproof. Oh, and before I forget, if you're enjoying this video or are finding value in it, please consider subscribing. It's crazy. Of course the flavors of Jamaican rum go great with pineapple and falernum, but they pair beautifully with Chartreuse as well. This is kind of unreal. The creator of this drink also says to use a lot of mint and a lot of nutmeg. The nutmeg will sit on top of the ice and won't integrate into the drink, so grate more than you think you'll need. You want the aromatics in your face. It's also worth noting that when this drink was created, J. Wray White was the only game in town, but since then we've been blessed with other Jamaican white overproofs, such as Rum Bar and my personal favorite, Rum Fire. So of course I'm going to spend an afternoon experimenting to find out, once and for all, the best way to make this drink. You want to try this?
Oh, that's great.
Would you like that one as well?
Yes, please.
Now I was planning on stopping this video here, but while I was researching these drinks I found another variation that I had never heard of. It's called the Golden Sand Swizzle, and it was invented by Chris Stanley on his blog Rookie Libations. It swaps the lime for lemon, Green Chartreuse for yellow, and is fortified with 151 Demerara Rum. Here's how you make that. For our final drink, combine 1 ounce of pineapple, 3/4 lemon, and half of falernum. Add an ounce of Yellow Chartreuse, and finish with half an ounce of 151. The original recipe for this drink calls for lemon heart, but I've heard from multiple sources that their 151 that's available now is inferior to what was available 12 years ago, so instead I'm using Hamilton. For what it's worth, this is my first time making this. Cheers. This is in such a different direction. If you've had Yellow Chartreuse, you know that it has a rather different flavor profile than the green, and that profile is front and center here. And the 151 doesn't really announce itself the way I thought it would, but I know if I made this drink without it, there'd be a pretty big difference. But yeah, real good. And obviously you need a Demerara 151. You want that heavy gunpowdery flavor and body to make its mark on the other ingredients. Making these drinks back to back was pretty rewarding in terms of experiencing the transition of flavors. I recommend you do the same, just don't make any plans for after. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see another video about a swizzle you might not know about, click right here.
Turn camera. 102, take 1.
Do you want to try the last one?
Yeah, okay. I like that too.
It's kind of a Chartreuse bomb.
Yeah, it's nice.